Hey everybody, it's Matt, and today I'm going to be talking about three things. These three things are from the newest and probably a week or two ago. Alright, so these three things are two new engines and one new piece of rolling stock. Okay, so we'll get started here. The first engine we're going to introduce is the Canadian Pacific Evolution Hybrid. Since I already did a GE demonstrator review, I'm going to spend 5 minutes on each new thing, so that way I can make this video easy enough. Alright, so I'm just going to go through some of the basic things real quick. As you can see, the Pilot is the exact same way, is set up as the GE. You got an opening door on the front here that opens for an interior design. Then you have the opening side doors here. This looks kind of... You got the side doors for piping and wiring inside, held shut by a magnet. And then once again, your cab roof comes off for a full interior detail on the cab, which you can look down and see. It's all die-cast metal, which is pretty cool. The engine number is 9860. Here's a GE builder's plate, which is pretty cool. The legacy electronics are once again found in here. I had the exact same problem, so I went with Escape 150's tip and loosened the screw, and now it works just fine. So it's pretty cool. Unfortunately, the only disadvantage about this engine is that it has green charge lights. Lionel said it was supposed to have white charge lights, so instead it has green, which is pretty cool. I'm not gonna fire this thing up because it's really late. I got 3 more minutes, so the radiator fans don't spin as fast as the ones on the GE hybrid. I found that to be a little interesting. So to point out, this has the exact same sounds as the GE hybrid, except for a horn difference, a bell difference sounds, the crew talk sounds. But overall, this is a great engine. I give it a 10 out of 10. This gets my seal of approval. The only thing that could be better on this engine is that a little bit of improvement on some of the sounds, because some of them could be different, because I really think that just because it's an ES44 doesn't mean that it can't have different sounds. But it's still a great engine because you got all these labels all over the place and so many great little details you could just pick out. And you got the batteries and the fuel gauges and so many other things on this engine. And to point out that I haven't mentioned the mirrors on any of the engines. It's a small mirror, and let me slide the cab window open. Yeah, that's good enough. And then let me pop this out. This is like a wind deflector. It's like a wind deflector, so the engineer can stick his head out the window without getting wind in his eyes, so he can see down the track. But then again, he has this front windshield. It has illuminated number boards, ground lights, simple stuff. Okay, so now I guess I went through the engines a little too fast. So now I'm just gonna push this over 14 pounds of weight out of the side here, and then we'll go to engine number 2, a Canadian National SD70 M-2 from the Coal Train set. Now you're probably asking, do I have the coal cars? No, I do not have the coal cars. I bought just the engine for $400. Pretty good. I'm pleased with it. Smoke unit operates great smoke unit operation. I will lash these two up, the CP hybrid and the Canadian National here. This is a great engine, even though there's you might be thinking, well, it's an SD70M. It does have its differences, though. Let me flip this thing around and let me show you what I mean. Oh, that's horrible. Okay, to point out the differences real quick, look here. As you can see, this is all doors and hatches right here. Now let's take an SD70 ACE and compare it. As you can see here, there's vents right here. And on the SD70M, there are no vents. Now if you look here, there's a little pop-out thing here. And on the SD70M, it doesn't pop out here. It's a flat surface. On the front, you got a door that pops open. Let me put the SD70 ACE back. Let me turn this back around real quick. The legacy controls are revealed right under the cap here. You got your Odyssey, smoke, rail sounds, and program and run switch. Volume control right here. You insert a battery. There's one of the motors. Cap goes back on, as so. And this is a cool engine. It runs beautifully. The only thing, the disadvantage about the thing is that even though this engine came with a manual, but you have to use the Coltrane set manual, this engine doesn't have its own manual, which is kind of a disappointing factor. But overall, great engine. Where did I put my... As you can see, there's a fuel gauge right here. It reads SD70M-2 GF643D. High voltage warnings on the side doors here. Then up here is a builder's plate. Mostly by Electro Locomotive Works. It was built in Canada. It's an SD70M-2. That's the model. I don't know the serial or the date number. So, I don't even know. This is a real engine, I know that. But I just don't know the date number. It's not like the hybrid where the pilot is disattached from the rest of the wheel set. It's attached to the rest of the wheel set. But it's alright. It also has ground lights, which is pretty cool. And working ditch lights when you blow the horn. This thing is a really nice horn. I really love the horn on this engine. But the one on the CP hybrid is a lot better. It has a really deep, low pitch to it. Since I seem to be going through this so fast, but there's not really much detail to talk about because an SD70 ACE and an SD70M might have their differences. They're still similar in their own ways. So let me push those guys forward and let me bring up the last thing that brings up on the list. That's right. A nickel plate road caboose. This is the new nickel plate road caboose that was released to go with the model of the 765. What I like about this caboose that doesn't compare to any other MTH or Lionel caboose that's been put out is that it has more detailing than any other of the cabooses. This is a northeastern design caboose. Now it looks 27, but it's scale. What I like about it is that they put the chains. They're plastic chains. I don't know why people keep saying they're metal chains. I've seen too many plastic chains. And then you got couplers on either side of the caboose, and you got plastic chains on both sides. You got handrails so you can reach. You got steps, and some of them are even step-throughs. This caboose comes with a smoke unit. You move the cap here, and you load your smoke juice. The paint job is flawless on this caboose, and they really got a lot of separately applied details, but I think they could have went a little better. But the rivets are molded in pretty nice, really nice. You got labels down here. The only thing that Lionel should eliminate on their rolling stock is the fact that they put built by Lionel in 2010. It doesn't really show the realism of a real piece of rolling stock. You don't even see it on the engines, which is really kind of disappointing. But very nice trucks, die-cast trucks. So if I'll tap on something and then you can probably guess it's either plastic or metal. Most of this thing is plastic, but what I do like the fact is that all the couplers and stuff are metal, which is really, really nice. I will have a running video of all 3 items later. And what'll be cool is that I'll have the 2 engines lashed up with this thing at the end, but I'll also have all 6 ethanol tank cars pulled by the 2 engines. It's almost like a Canadian train if you think about it. But with the exception of the NKP caboose, I really like it, but I want to know what's with the 773. The 773 doesn't really make sense to me. But I do like the fact that they put nickel plate high-speed service. It's a really, really, really cool thing, because Nickel Plate Road was known for their high-speed service. So, overall, this caboose and these 2 engines are really, really cool items. I'm glad to own them, and they're some of the coolest things I've gotten so far. Besides that, though. Oh, and to point out one thing. When I did the review, I mentioned that I would do a running of the engine. I will be doing a run of the I have forgot to put the running video up. I'll upload the run video as soon as I upload this video. So you're probably asking, did you have to do something to get either of these engines? No, because all the engines are still here. The George Washington cars, I will point that out real quick. I will make a video of the George Washington cars, all 7 of them. I have to fix the window strips that are in those things because they're all bubbled up. Once I fix all those, I will shoot a video, and the engine that will be pulling that train will be Chesapeake and Ohio 2696. So, thank you for watching the 2 Canadian engines video and Nickel Plate Road caboose. And I'll catch you all next time when you see these massive engines in beauty running on the layout. Thank you very much for watching. I'm Matt. Hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.